Good day. I am Idehen as usual. So this class was brought to you by Isaac Humanitarian Foundation. So we are going to take angles of elevation and depression briefly. Angles of elevation and depression. What does it mean to elevate? What does it mean to be depressed? To elevate means what? To rise. Or to what? You're kind of happy or something. So to elevate means something going up, like an elevator. Then to be depressed. When you're depressed, you have to remain. People normally look down like they are depressed. So we want to calculate the angles between the eye level and the position of the eye when the eye is elevated, or the angle between the eye level and the position of the eye when the eye is what? Depressed. So what do we mean? Let us assume someone stands here. This is the eye level. The eye level, and then angle of elevation is that angle between the eye level and the position of the eye when you're looking up to an object. So let us assume there is an object here, and there is someone here. This is the eye level. So when this person is looking up, an angle is formed. This is now the position of the eye when the person is looking at this object. This is the position of the eye. So the angle between the eye level and the position of the eye is the angle of elevation. Let us just call this theta. Let's call it theta. Angle of the elevation, angle between the position of the eye and when you are looking up to an object. That's the angle of elevation. Then angle of depression is just the opposite of angle of elevation, but they have the same words. They have the same angle because they are alternate angles actually. So here, this is still the same person, but now this is the eye level. This is the level of the eye, but now this person is depressed. When he or she is depressed, looking down probably to an object. So eye level, and then the level of the eye when you are looking down. So this one is coming from here downwards, while this one is going upwards. Downwards, upwards. Eye level, I'm looking down. Eye level looking down, the eye level looking up, angle of elevation, angle of depression. So here, you can still assume is what? Let's assume it's alpha. So from here, a right angle triangle is what? Formed with what? The eye level. Right angle triangle is formed with the eye level. So, we just want to look at the question under our angle of elevation and depression. From here, I can then say our angle of elevation and angle of depression are what? Alternate angles. Angle of elevation, angle of depression are alternate angles. This is someone. This is another person. This is the eye level, this is the eye level. So this tall person here is looking downwards to this short person, while this short person is looking upwards to this tall person. So level of the eye of this short person is this, and then what? The contraction or the change or the angle from when this person is looking up is the angle of elevation. Level of the eye, then taking your eye up to look at this one is what? Angle of elevation. Why this one? Level of the eye, and looking down is the angle of what? Depression. So this one and this are alternate angle because the level of the eye here is parallel to the level of the eye here. Since they are parallel, the angle are what? Alternate in form of what? Z letter Z. So from here, you say what? They are both what? Alternate angles. So angle of depression and angle of elevation are what? Alternative angles. So let us take examples under this. Say 1 and is 1.5 meters tall. 1.5 meters tall and looks up to a building. And is 1.5 meters tall and looks up to a building. Looks up to a building. Looks up to the top of the building. Looks up to the top of a building. Which is 4 meters high. Which is 4 meters high. He found the angle of elevation on the top of the building. On the top of the building. Found the angle of elevation on the top of the building to be what? 60 degrees. To be 60 degrees. Question now is what? Find the distance between the building and on level ground. Find distance between the building and angle on level ground. So angle is a person. Said is 1.5 meters tall. 1.5 meter. And looks up to a building which is 5 meters high. So since the building is 5 meters high, I mean that it's higher than what? Angle. It's taller than angle, higher than angle. So this one is 4 meters high. 4 meters high. Then the level ground, the bottom of the building and the foot of angle are what? On level ground. This is the level ground. So here they said what? He found the angle, she found the angle of elevation of the top of the building to go 60 degrees. That's the eye level. Then from the eye level to the turn to look at this building is what? 60 degrees. Eye level and turning your eye, your face upward to look at what? The building is what? 60 degrees. This one is what? A right angle triangle. Let us assume this A, B, and C. D and E. So A, B, and C is a right angle triangle because this one is standing tall, high, straight, and this one is what? This one is the eye level. So from here, we have 60 degrees. We can bring out this. Bring out this. 60 degrees. Say that I know it's 1.5 meters tall. Meaning that what? This one form what? A rectangle. And a rectangle, opposite sides and angle are equal. Meaning that this side and this side are equal. And this and this are equal. So this making this one, this side here, will then be what? 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters. On what? On the building. So the remaining part up will then be what? The difference between what? 4 meter and 1.5. So this one will now be 4 meter minus 1.5 meter. We have what? 2.5 meters. This is 2.5 meters. That's the triangle we are taking. That's A, B, and C. 2.5 meter. Why this is a right angle triangle. From here, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem to find what? AB. Applying Pythagoras theorem. So, we can apply the trigonometrical ratio. For this, apply trigonometrical ratio. What ratio connects the opposite and adjacent? Tan. So we have tan 60 degrees equals to opposite 2.5 meters over what? Adjacent line AB. So from here we are looking for AB. So what do we need to cross multiply to find AB? So therefore AB is equals to 2.5 over what? Tan 60. And from our from our special angles, we said what? From the last class, we said what? Tan 60 is equals to what? Root 3. So we say therefore AB is equals to 2.5 over what? Root 3. So from here we can use solve. So we get therefore AB is equals to 2.5 root 3 over what? 3 meters. So we say hence, since AB is the same thing as DE. DE is what we are required to find. That's what the level ground. So find the distance between the building and angle on level ground. This is the level ground. So meaning that AB is equals to DE. So hence AB is equals to what? DE, which is equals to what? 2.5 over 3 root what? 3 meters. Or if you're not leaving it in decimal points, then we have what? 2.5 divided by 3. We can convert it to fraction. 2.5 divided by 3. This one gives us what? 25 over 10 times what? 1 over 3. So 5 is 2, 5 is 5, so 2 times 3 is what? 6. So we have what? 5 over 6 is what? Root 3. Same thing. So that is that under what? Angle of elevation. Angle of depression is just talking the same thing. Just that what? We are taking the alternate. We are taking the alternate. Let's quickly look at that. Angle of depression. Angle of depression. So in an angle of depression, say example, an aircraft 20 meters above the ground 20 meters above the ground. Target the flagpole. Target the flagpole, which is what? 15 meters high. Target the flagpole, which is 15 meters high. If the angle of depression of the top of the flagpole, or the top of the flagpole is 30 degrees. Find distance between the aircraft and the top of the flagpole. Here's another question under angle of depression. So we are quickly going to look into this. Quickly going to look into this. So, says an aircraft 20 meters above the ground targets a flagpole which is what? 15 meters high. 20 meters above the ground. This is the ground, this is the height, this is the aircraft here, this is the aircraft, labeled is A. This is the height from the ground. 20 meters high, target the flagpole which is what? 15 meters high. The flagpole is 15 meters from the level ground. 15 meters. This is the flagpole. If the angle of depression of the top of the flagpole is 30 degrees, this is the top of the flagpole. This is the top of the flagpole. So the angle of depression, eye level, and the change in the eye level to the top of the flagpole. This is the angle. The set is what? 30 degrees. The angle is 30 degrees. We find the distance between the aircraft and the top of the flagpole. This is the top. So the distance that we are required to find is what? The line here. Distance between the aircraft and the top of the flagpole. So how do you get the distance? By so doing, this one also forms what? A rectangle. Because here also becomes what? 15. Here also becomes 15 meters. While the remaining part here becomes what? 5 meters. 5 meters. 15 meters and 5 meters. So if this is 5 and this is 30, we have an alternate angle into this. So an alternate angle, you have 30 degrees. An alternate angle, 30 degrees. And we have 5 meters, we are required to find it. So I'm bringing this one out. Remember, this is still what? A right angle triangle. I'm bringing that triangle out now so that I will have what? So I'm doing this one A, top of the flagpole F, level ground G, and let's call this B, C. So I'm taking triangle A, C, and F from triangle ACF, ACF. So I have this. This is the angle, this is 5 meters, and this is what we are required to find. The distance between the aircraft and the top of the flagpole. And this is what 30 degrees. So it's as simple as what applying what our trig function or trigonometrical ratios. So what ratio connects on opposite and hypotenuse is what? Our what? Sine. So we have sine 30 degrees equals to what? Opposite 5 over what? X. So from here I can cross multiply. So then I have what? S is equals to 5 over what? Sine 30 degrees. Sine 30 from our what? Spatial angles. We have sine 30 to be what? 1 over 2. So therefore our S is equals to 5 over 1 over 2. Then S is equals to what? 10. So meaning that the distance between the aircraft and the top of the flagpole is what? 10 meters. So that's what we have under angle of what? Elevation and depression. Angle of elevation and depression are just what? Alternate angles toward each other. Thank you.